Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming back from a break, which can only mean one thing. That we're going to Game 3, and good God, Teddy's damage. 65.3k in less than 50 minutes.
He did a lot of damage. He was the one who kept Jin Air in the game. So close to turning around what was a horror early game for UmTi and friends here. The ROX Tigers, they finally got the Baron that was denied for so long. And from there, reap the reward. MVP, go to a couple of different members. The early game was all about lava. The floor was lava when it came to the opponent's options. Didn't have a Gathering Storm. Maybe should have had one against Jin Air, but didn't matter. Ends up the MVP of Game 2.
Yeah, Jin Air, really rough start for them. Yet again, ROX getting control. Just a slight little bit of back and forth there, but lava coming away with the hits throughout the series. Did help them lock down this game, and UmTi especially at the beginning not having a very good time.
And then this was a bad time for SoHwan. Remember his health bar? No one else does. Pepperidge Farm.
I'm gonna make it disappear.
It's a magic trick that a lot of people are acquainted with, and just turret dive from there. Morellonomicon armed. After this phase of the game, though, you know, we're still seeing level 13s. We hit level 18s, and no paddle stars really mattered for the longest time after all of this. This is when ROX was still in full control before Teddy was able to truly steady the ship. Things got better and better, though, and that's why I'm going to keep showing you older clips when it's still lava deciding the game, bloodthirsty stuff. You'll notice this time jump very, very soon between clips.
Yeah, because it was a moment where Jin Air started staving off and trying to turn things around.
Wow, we're all level 18. How did that happen?
One of those attempts there.
We skipped 20 minutes down because there was a lot of good defense from Jin Air, but good defense wasn't turned into enough offense close to ravaging the team of ROX Tigers, but not enough threat onto Sangyoon. Also a hard carry in its own right by the end. So congratulations to Lava. And Game 3 has been given to us between two very evenly matched teams.
But is it going to be more of the same, where one team gets ahead and there's maybe a comeback? Jin Air was able to complete it in Game 1, not so much here in Game 2, but got decently close at times, or will we finally see one of these teams evolve and have a bit of a more concise victory here over their opponents? So many questions, but only time will tell.
I need some answers, Achilles. I need them now, so let's go to Game 3, pick a man.
All right, thank you for the intro.
Yeah.
You can continue with the play-by-play, and
you
I
can
will
do some analysis if you want.
That's fine.
All right, so Jin Air. First with the bans here.
Shaco's the best right now.
That's a good call.
Lock in Shaco.
You're not even saying his name.
Shaco.
Right. There we go. Tomato, tomato. I'd like to see a Galio ban. I don't really want to see Jin Air return to the Galio, even though it did some winning in Game 1.
Tomato, potatoes.
You're just saying things now. You're saying words.
I'm an analyst.
I see your listening comprehension as a play-by-play also is a problem. But I'll return to my analysis routes to talk about how routes. See, it says Seonghwan ban on blue side, so UmTi doesn't want to first pick it. Do they want to first pick Galio here? It's kind of my worried question, because I wasn't convinced with their Galio play in Game 1.
Zoe will make the ban list here. Lava not going to get to play it again, because ROX just doesn't want Jin Air to get the first pick.
Yeah, Grace has been good on it, so they have to also respect the threat from Jin Air GreenWings on the Zoe. Went a long way to determining Game 2. The first pick gets more and more intriguing. Yeah, blue side Galio ban. I like this one. I think this will affect the pace of the game in a positive way. Wasn't able to get the work done in recent memory. No one's going to bait themselves into playing Galio. So the first pick here becomes kind of Azir territory, if you're thinking about it. Could also be the choice of AD carry. But Gnar banned away, that other big favorite. They've been denied Gnar as last ban on red side twice. Makes me wonder if Grace will just visit Azir.
Shaco's still open.
It's true.
Could be the first pick here for Jin Air. What if it happened? What if they just locked it?
Then we get a remake because they made a mistake. Oh, look, it's the champion I said and not the champion you said.
They're pretty similar in function.
Yes, they're both champions.
Yep.
Well, in construction,
both have an A in the name.
In construction of a first pick on blue side that can't be easily counted on red, I am a fan of the Azir. What ROX Tigers won a prize. Ryze available, and has actually fallen lower priority than the Azir. Felt like something that slipped through when you get a Gnar and a Camille ban and end up being the Ryze. Flex pick, as we know from Series 1, where we had Keen on top lane Ryze the entire time.
Yeah, could see that one there for Lindarang.
It's a good mid lane matchup, so expect it to be mid lane, but
yeah.
outside chance of top.
It's more than likely going to be in the mid lane. We'll see what their follow-up is going to be. Perhaps lock down an ADC, since we've been seeing that drafted very early on. And there we have it, Kalista available. Seems like Sangyoon going to be taking that one yet again. We saw it from him in Game 1 alongside the Tom Kench.
What if we'll see another aggressive jungler taken early by Jin Air? It was Camille in this spot on blue side in Game 1, and UmTi got an MVP performance on it. It was banned away here, so Kha'Zix is the likely follow-up. Kha'Zix was tuned down a bit in terms of reliable damage this patch. Passive, negative 0.2. AD, 0.1 on his Q, so you lose out on about 0.1 in most all-in, maybe about 0.2. So it's only numbers, so similar, and the playstyle is still going to be aggressive, and that's the way UmTi likes to play League of Legends. What do they round out? You usually want to pick up an AD carry in this round, unless you were happy to see what shakes out in the second round. Could also look for a top laner.
Well, we saw from Jin Air, we saw the Tristana the first time around. Might just go for the Taric yet again.
It's a bit bizarre to take it this early, especially because you don't have necessarily initiation from the jungle to make the Cosmic Radiance reliable, but Cosmic Radiance was very important for how ROX Tigers were able to ignore SoHwan on the Vladimir and actually take down the side of Jin Air. So very heavy emphasis on first round Taric is always a bit of a surprise. We had a lot of support bans in the second round, and we might see some more support bans from Jin Air if they want to opt in.
We might just get our third straight game of J4 from Seonghwan.
You know, it's already happened.
Yep. There we go. Locks that one in. He's not looking to experiment. And neither, well, they're looking to experiment against the new ADC here. And at this compass, the Tristana has been banned away.
Tristana Taric have that fun synergy of the Tristana able to rocket jump in and potentially be a dazzle conduit with some very aggressive play. Sadly, aggression is denied. Thanks, ROX Tigers. And the Ezreal. So comfort for this series taken away from Jin Air.
It's time for the Jin.
You know, I was going to say it's time for the Sivir.
Yeah, probably.
Sivir is possible here. The Vayne is an old favorite. Those, to me, are the most likely. No Jinx expected or Twitch or anything crazy here. Final ban. They banned away one support to give coverage for the Taric, but there's going to be a Tom Kench or a Braum available in an Alawi ban. Okay. They want to play a tank top laner, which, when you have Kha'Zix jungle, makes a bit of sense, but a bit bogus, given we've seen no Alawi priority recently. ROX Tigers would do well to continue to flex their Ryze here if they would like to. Just take a support, or they could try to counterpick later, and they will take their support. Key will be on the support or in this game. Outside chance is top lane, but heavily expected to be support, a big favorite of Key. And I mentioned that Vayne, Varus, I have overlooked and would be good in the lane against the Kalista, so that seems to be the more likely choice then.
Anything that's not the Sivir is pretty fine with me here, so Varus. Oh, maybe a flip over to the Kog'Maw. Nope, back to the Varus.
I wasn't buying that one.
Just playing with the, well, not my heartstrings. I don't care about Kog'Maw, but messing with my head.
Yeah, they didn't have enough of a frontline. If they had a tank jungler, then Jinx and Kog'Maw will be on the play. They don't, so they want to go for pick here. A lot of pick power. Any two members here can pick, especially when the Kha'Zix shows up. Final choice for top lane. Probably it's going to be a blind pick Vladimir here from SoHwan. Returning to that pick again. Happy to take most any matchup. We'll see what ROX Tigers want to take into the Vladimir. I don't think it'll be the Ornn, but it could be. A lot of great choices against Vladimir, unless you want to get very creative in terms of picks.
Might have to.
Waiting for ROX Tigers to cement this for Lindarang this season. Largely has been on Norm1. I guess he's going to force
run the Ornn.
Yeah, force out the Lindarang onto Ornn duty. Unstoppable, not going to be that relevant in the 1v1, but the longer cooldown on ultimate will always be relevant. So it's going to be Kalista, Rakan in the bot side, trying to get kills and tussle up the Taric before he can actually arm the Cosmic Radiance. A lot of pick power here, and also squishy members on the side of Jin Air. You catch anyone napping with the quickness into the grand entrance, and perhaps you end their lives before any sort of peel can come. So, bit of a creative flex there. Baited us into thinking it would for sure be a support Ornn. Lindarang goes back to the Ornn top lane, but it hasn't been a successful pick for ROX Tigers, and it has been heavily toned down in this particular game. So we'll see how it pans out.
Well, game number 3 here on the horizon. We knew this was going to be a close one coming into this series. Jin Air and ROX have really amplified that tenfold with how back and forth moments in these games have been. But now it all comes down to this one. The battle for that 5th place spot.
But who's the carry on the side of ROX Tigers? Ornn, no. Jarvan, most likely going to be going for Cinderhulk. Ryze and Kalista as your only 2 threats can work, but we're going to force a pretty offensive build out of Lava, or just these sheer outplays that are possible with a draft like this. So heavy emphasis on the Kalista, whereas on Jin Air, a lot of carries means that the snowball gets going for Jin Air. Will ROX Tigers be able to fight back?
Well, they want to get that ball rolling early, try to get that Ryze and that Kalista ahead. The DPM from Sangyoon in game 1 wasn't very significant. Let's see if he can improve on it. Let's see if ROX can close out this series as we go into game number 3.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 환영합니다.
ROX right now grouping up into the river, 3 men, pushing in. We'll see Wraith, but not going to be finding much else. No wards thrown down, I believe.
There was one thrown onto the red buff just to find the pathing for the Kha'Zix. Try to relieve a bit of pressure from Seonghwan. Still a chance that Seonghwan goes for a very early gank topside as Lindarang with the unsealed spellbook can take Ignite. Ignite versus Ignite. Haven't seen much of this, Gilios, but we're back to Season 2. Welcome back, Season 2. Somewhere Flame is watching this being like, I want to take Ignite. And sometimes he gets to.
On occasion.
UmTi and Seonghwan has been a fun matchup to track. Loved the theatrics between the two in the pre-match where they were both being very aggressive about what the matchup would look like. And so far it's been a tussle that's gone both ways. UmTi taking the advantage in game 1, doing very well on the Camille. And then game 2, ROX, Seonghwan in particular, able to take it away. So UmTi will start on a ward. Both junglers looking to meet at the top side. I'd love to see 2 level 3 junglers, some ignites thrown down, and see what makes of it on the top side very early into the game. UmTi's snowball level 2 big buff into big buff gank was what really held down Lindarang game 1, you remember, Achilles.
We'll see if that top side's going to be the focal point yet again at the start of the game. So far, UmTi just still hovering around the bottom side, clearing out those Raptors. We'll be wrapping around up towards the blue buff. You can already see Seonghwan up towards the top side, so maybe we could get another tussle between both of them up there. But for now, these guys taking it slow, not looking to get overly excited. So, you know, that one mistake could offset the balance here for the rest of this game.
I'd like to see Abyssal Mask from Lindarang and a Rod of Ages here from Lava, because that would actually allow them to circumvent the damage queries we have about ROX Tigers in the late game, or even the mid to late game. Damage can fall away very fast if any of their carries get zoned or dies. You'd be tempted if you're Lindarang to go for the Adaptive Helm, because you get massive value against the Vlad and the Azir, but to me, the sweet spot is augmenting the damage for the Ryze rather than necessarily picking for the lane for Lindarang. You're already on Ornn, and you already have damage concerns, so would love to see Rod of Ages mid lane. We'll wait and see what the decision made is.
Well, 6 spell books here.
Damn.
Quite a bit. As Seonghwan comes around the back, maybe looking for a gank here. Wraith is going to spot out the J4. Flag and Drag comes through. Nice juke by Teddy. Flashes away from the grand entrance. Still takes quite a bit of damage, though. But stays alive and, crucially, does not give up that first blood.
Able to stay in lane. He has Spellbook on the Varus, as you were alluding to, so can teleport back in, but wants a big buy to inch towards a inevitable Ginsu Rageblade. We haven't seen any tier Varus this season, as Poke has kind of gone out the window.
Have seen the Blade of the Rune King on a couple occasions, but Rageblade far and wide has been the most popular. Seonghwan maybe looking for another visitation here, but there's a ward in the Tri-Brush.
back away. UmTi is power farming as a counterpoint here. Level 4 already. Was spotted out at his level 1 camp, so knew that any pathing on top side was predictable, so just used the time to get going on the Kha'Zix. The sort of value Kha'Zix gets, if you slip through and assassinate either Lava or Sangyoon, you're very, very happy this game. Good wave control so far to Sangyoon. He has his flash up, and while Keys is down, has the battle dance to be maneuverable in lane, so for now at least, able to dictate to Teddy.
Teddy, though, still keeping up quite nicely as far as his CS is concerned, only down by a little bit there after that gank. You think, if SoHwan had gone for the flag and drag into the flash for the knockup, very well could have been the first blood since Teddy relied on the juke. And then flashed after the grand entrance. So playing with fire there for Teddy.
Yeah, Ignite on the support kind of tends to agree with that particular point, but always a little bit difficult, and the damage calculations was very healthy at the start. So flash down on Varus means he can't be as annoying when it comes to lane control.
Just mildly so.
Speaking of annoying, Vladimir. Seonghwan knows his pool is down.
He knows that he's not standing in vision, but just doesn't see the gank playing out, I suppose.
Fight again for another day. Lindarang probably going to build towards some mana as UmTi.
UmTi's pushing through here. He's going to go ahead and leap away. Love to have that 1v1 with Lava, perhaps, given how low he is. If he could get the isolation in, but instead he'll just go his separate ways back into the jungle.
We focus on bot lane, and we focus on what could be a long one, because this feels like it's going to be some farm fest in the early game. ROX Tigers do have the ability to play multiple lanes very nicely with how much coverage you get out of the Rakan engage with a Kalista, and also their semi-global in the Realm War as the levels come in.
Nice double dazzle there from Wraith.
It's not going to lead to action. Come on now, Achilles.
I'm just saying, nice double dazzle. I can compliment a guy. Grace getting jumped on takes a little bit of damage, but ultimately is just going to lose out on the control ward.
Comes back into mid lane and wave clears. Wave clear, wave clear, wave clear between Ryze and Azir. Not the most interactive matchup. No sorcery this time on Grace, been one of our biggest. Hold the point.
Pop up, Dazzle's going to miss. Ignite comes down, looking for a bit of damage there onto Teddy. Then comes out, but it's not going to be enough to finish him off.
That was really frisky by Sangyoon. Flashed to the side on the Dazzle to try to get the kill, but wasn't able to weave in the extra 2 autos and Q you think would need for the Ren to kill. So Ignite and Flash used there in trade for just the heal Ignite from the side of Jin Air. Now there's actually a Flash advantage onto Teddy. Sangyoon doesn't have the spellbook this game, has gone for lethal tempo on the Kalista, so that's a much longer cooldown on the Flash. We'll see if there's a punishment coming for that later on.
Well, for now, ward control down in the bottom side of the map is pretty good for ROX Tigers. Have the Tri-Brush warded out, and now we'll be starting yet another Ocean Drake. I think we have had Ocean Drake starts in every game today. As you do.
It's early in the game, Ryze is a big fan, especially. That will come in. How about an Infernal afterwards? RNG gods,
That would
solid.
be quite nice, but it's going to be another Ocean Drake.
Life, once again, is a beach.
You know, it's pretty telling that the system is rigged, because Jin Air versus ROX, we get nothing but Ocean Drakes. But when we get a hype as hell match like KT versus Kingzone, there's triple Infernal.
You have to roll with the punches, Achilles. I've learned, casting 5 days a week. Double down on the great games. Give us a bit to wonder about. Something to curse at.
There's somebody in the control
gods.
room just hitting a button. Just like, let's give him another Ocean Drake.
Well, the scripted Ocean opens up the script for what is a pretty open game here. Again, we still have queries about ROX's damage as the game goes on. Rod of Ages and Adaptive Helm for Ryze and the Ornn, respectively, is what I'd love to see. UmTi doesn't have the boots of mobility to be permanently invisible.
Oh, he's still looking for the red buff takeaway here. Oh, goes down to 1 HP! Now flashes away, Rune Prison comes down, UmTi takes a good chunk of damage. Still trying to escape, Flag and Drag comes in, Emperor's Divine not gonna save him. Overload over the wall, Lava will find the first blood.
That's definitely a tilter for UmTi. Grace could have used ult earlier, but then it'd be a counter flash from Seonghwan. They do get the kill, they push in and can contest the enemy blue. A lot of advantages in a row, and Lava's just being a jerk.
Yeah, chunks down Grace. Trading out the 1 turret shot there that he receives. But ROX got to be feeling pretty good about that. Going to help accelerate the build of this Ryze already with that first blood bonus.
Pretty severe punish. Key is here as well. Everything's up for ROX. They're going to die.
Oh boy, yeah, they're going for it. And if this comes down, Key not going to be able to get that hit onto Grace as he does flash away.
It was strange. I guess he didn't think he could get into flash ult range, so he tried to flash Grand Entrance, but there's a bit too much early information available there.
Yeah.
Obviously, flash ult into Grand Entrance is what you prefer to do, but didn't have the range to do that, so ended up just using his flash kind of haphazardly. Always teleport back down to bot lane, but they're just going to follow. Kalista gone for the roam. No CS queries ahead in CS, but UmTi, one HP away from a buff steal and heavily punished. Will be feeling a bit sheepish now.
Very well still could have died if he had gotten the red buff, but at least would have been a better situation, I suppose, than missing it by 1 HP and then dying.
And instead it's going to be double Adaptive Helm. Could also be just holding on to a Catalyst. There's nothing else to build for Lindarang. We're going to have really tanky team on ROX Tigers. And if they can end the laning phase and zone Jin Air away from extending the game, then the damage queries aren't as relevant at 1-2 items. When base damages can still run supreme. But would have liked to see the Rod of Ages here from Lava.
TP back in here for Teddy. Pick up the wave, nice timing by him, but still is slipping behind a bit.
It's a bit disappointing that the Relic shields have been replaced by Doran shields. I guess we shouldn't be surprised.
Shields for everyone.
Yay.
Yeah, it's okay. Even in the top lane, double Doran shield coming through.
New item.
This is the new meta that we live in. The games can still go to close to 60 minutes, and they're just building a different shield.
Really want to see UmTi still play aggressive. He still has the invading advantage over Seonghwan. He still is on the Kha'Zix, the one champion you have a query on in terms of scaling on the side of Jin Air. He's supposed to be the bridge to the mid to late game where they look good as mid lane.
Call the Forge God coming through, not going to find the pop-up there onto Grace, but the jump in with a Rune Prison into the flag and drag into the Cataclysm. Everything being tossed out there means that he will die. UmTi tries to pick up the kill onto Lava. Realm Warp plus stopwatch equals goodbye.
That was really sick exit as
That
well.
was clean as
Super
hell.
clean. Shades on there, not looking explosions or rocks. They're going to turn this into a mid lane outer turret as well. Doesn't matter about any ults from SoHwan.
Yeah, Emo Plague comes down, but no one really going to give a damn about that. Turret's just going to get broken, and ROX are accelerating this game already. Just 12 minutes in. 2 kills, couple thousand gold lead.
What a cool play this is. Okay, so start by Ornn roaming down. Doesn't hit the ult, but the first slow lands. Of course, they turn onto Grace. And then with UmTi coming, it doesn't matter because can't interrupt the Ryze. Goodbye, says Lindarang and Seonghwan. Cool stuff from the ROX Tigers. Flashy and effective, the ultimate duo. And that gives them a 2,200 gold lead, but also another Azir lane, where he loses his turret pre-15 minutes.
Very nicely done. ROX up 2,000 here. Have that first turret and the dragon, so everything going their way so far. Lava barely just getting away from UmTi there underneath that turret. It's got to be a bit upsetting for the Kha'Zix yet again, as the red buff will also be taken away. Give it over to Sangyoon, so this lane is going to get even tougher for Teddy.
But you'll be happy to know that Jin Air have a comp that can pull it late and potentially get over the line. I know that's always something that people love to see from Jin Air GreenWings, but Grace's got no items, got Sorcerer's Shoes, and nowhere near a Nationals Tooth. They have to give up the Rift Herald as well, so one will be turned on to huge teamfight damage scaling here for Jin Air. Means they just want to delay. They just want to delay as long as possible. Hurricane first on Sangyoon. 2 adaptive helms on the team to walk up, do good base damage, and be able to shrug off any answering damage from Vladimir and the Azir this early in the game. ROX want to fight now. They want to keep increasing the pace of the game. All Jin Air want to do is return to their roots and keep it going as long as possible.
Having flashbacks to when I first joined the LCK. Jin Air always just holding out for the late game and then trying to win from there. Most times it didn't work. But maybe having some better luck here as they start up this Ocean Drake. We'll see how long they want to stick to it. Seonghwan is peeling off the Rift Herald.
they can actually take it down pretty fast. So I don't know if Seonghwan will even get there.
Can they make it out alive is going to be the question. Grand Entrance coming down. Cosmic Radiance helps keep Teddy alive for the moment as the Ocean Drake does fall, but he's got to jump out of there and still nearly gets killed off. Right to the last second. Flash will also exit the pit. Pretty big investment here by Jin Air just to pick up the Ocean Drake, but they at least net it and stop it from being a perfect game.
Yeah, it would have been a free objective probably for the side of ROX, but they do draw Seonghwan down, and maybe they actually stop Rift Herald from being claimed. That'd be worth the 2 flashes. This is pretty damn aggressive.
Okay, yeah, Seonghwan going over the wall. The Dazzle not connecting, otherwise could have been massive punishment onto the J4, but ROX at the same time are taking down this tier 1 turret to go ahead and put another one onto the score.
Okay.
TP in the back. Gonna be looking for a play.
What's the plan? Whoa, that's a lot of people!
3 members all just arrive on the backside. Everybody coming in with the TPs. Welcome to the Unsealed Spellbook as Teddy gets jumped on, goes low, throws out a hail of arrows, but he is gonna get taken down very swiftly as Lava finds the kill. Emo Plague comes through, Sangyoon going low as well, tries to jump his little heart out, but he is just gonna get taken down, and suddenly Jin Air have 2 kills.
There's a double rainbow and there's a triple rainbow. That was the triple rainbow on a single damn ward. Never seen that before. 3 people rock up. I'm like, who is flanking? It was the whole damn team.
I really do know how Pixel felt now.
It feels real bad. They only go 2 for 1, so it's an overinvestment to get only a single kill for 3 teleports.
Oh, good lord.
That was something.
That was stellar.
Let's watch it again. What do 3 teleports look like? We're too late. They're already here.
Yeah, they've already arrived, and this is just going to be Teddy.
Teddy was like,
out.
I'm a flanking Varus. Unfortunately, had no Rage Blade and then no health. But afterwards, it's outnumbered, no ability for Ornn to get there. I think to teleport too, really. If you think about it, they get 2 kills, but nothing else. Overinvestment from Jin Air GreenWings. Not as cool as the escape in mid lane from ROX. So overall, a loss.
It wasn't. I mean, it was a fun moment for sure, but you know, they're feeling the pressure. They feel like they have to pull the trigger on a play like that, invest every single teleport in order to get some kills.
And of course, you know what they say about the flanking Varus. He's the deadest.
He's the deadest of them all.
Yeah, the most dead. Well, let's throw out the triple teleport Varus into the backline play. Funny as it was, and ROX Tigers just kind of shrug that off and say, well, we're still in a good spot.
I would recommend not implementing this, Western teams who are watching.
Now we're just waiting for the Quadra teleport. That'll be a dream. You think you're invading Kha'Zix? No, 4 people. Not in this game, unfortunately, as Grace decided to go for lane control. Weird. But Seonghwan wanted to pick this up about 3 minutes ago. Finally gets some spare time with the Rift Herald.
Should finally be able to kill that one off. And just for good measure, Sangyoon is there to help pick it up. But yeah, this is a bad spot for Jin Air.
Yeah.
The kills have not netted them much of anything. And in fact, they're close to losing their last outer turret. As you can see, Lava pushing all by his lonesome up in that top lane. In the meantime, though, Lindarang going to get jumped on, but UmTi doesn't really do much of anything to that Ornn.
Trying to slow the tempo with the ultimate there onto the minion wave, so it takes a little bit more time. And of course, they will claim third turret, I should say, of the game. 3 outers down. And a good speed here for ROX Tigers.
3-1. As Jin Air finally puts one on the board and brings back a little bit of gold, but even then, they're still down by 3.3 thousand gold.
I didn't even appreciate it. It's actually Kalista who's holding the Rift Herald. See where she wants to plop it.
Yeah, interesting.
She must have roamed up during all the time. We're just watching the Jarvan slowly kill it. See where it's used as an inner turret. It's a little bit harder to crack with the Rift Herald. Nice invade from ROX. They're in vision, but I don't think Jin Air can do anything other than smite steal. Nice.
Oh, there you have it. He did it.
He did.
Job well done, UmTi.
Lava says goodbye.
Yep.
Lava is an ultra tank, by the way.
He's just charging straight back down the lane.
He's
for a
so tanky.
Wow, yes he is.
He's just the most tank.
Mask ready to go, and then has the Seraph's Embrace
He
completed
takes no damage from Vladimir and Azir at all.
at 18 minutes into the game. Well then, have fun killing him
Do a lot of
before
baiting.
he kills you.
Yeah, he can do a lot of baiting and does some decent damage, like you're pointing out there, Achilles. So he's in a great spot. Damage query's not there yet. You know you're comfortable in your shoes when you have double adaptive helm and Sangyoon slows down his Blade the Ruin King for a QSS. No Blade the Ruin King yet, at 19 minutes into the game. ROX is looking to play PvE. They want to put down the Rift Herald in a nice spot. Jin have been able to reinforce their vision line. Now much more comfortable around the map, and we're waiting for game to move to the next level. So far, not cooperating with that. Seeing Grace just wave clear. Both teams push inwards. No big item purchases complete yet. Zonia is probably the next one from Lava to just sharpen a side lane, and no one is worth it to contest him with Zonia's Abyssal Mask on the Seraphs.
Yeah, he's pretty big. It's basically the bottom line. Fat Ryze.
Fat Ryze. ROX can initiate at any point. We see the cleanse switch over for Rakan. Very, very common these days to see cleanse on supports to guarantee their engage. Don't need to invest in a QSS. Top side.
Yep. It's going to be Forge God coming through. Teddy going to get popped up. Realm Warp just to the front line to further lock him down. And before that, Cosmic Radiance can even come through. He is dead. Wraith flashes away from the Cataclysm, and ROX will continue the onslaught through the top lane as they try to bring the wave up, but it's actually quite far behind.
Timing's really good, though, because they're going to chuck down the Rift Herald, and that removes the backdoor
This is true.
penalty as well. So they're just going to walk up. Rift Herald will do the start of the work. Demolish Proc will do the rest. They still get the turret. Smart use, because the Rift Herald was about to time out, so really nice timing by ROX Tigers. Teddy exposed, still has his flash and cleanse up, but wasn't any value out of those in that particular engage. The map gets longer, and crucially, the map gets longer around Baron for Jin Air GreenWings. But actually taking the Baron when they're ahead has been one of the few things ROX have been noticeably poor at doing. Let's see if they can do it this game, where it's even more straightforward. The Baron in the next 5 to 10 minutes should be pretty trivial for ROX.
Well, they're getting a bit of help here. They have the Mountain Drake to come through. No triple Ocean Drake, at least yet. Hold that until we see what the next dragon is going to be, and it's going to be an Ocean.
Yes!
So, God damn it. We will see that eventually. But yeah, Mountain Drake to help them chunk down that Baron even faster with the confirmation abilities that they have. The Rend there from Sangyoon to make sure that they are able to take that one away.
And I'm certain if they rush down that ocean, force another spawn, there's going to be a cloud right behind it.
Just my favorites.
Greatest hits of Drake's.
Yep, it's really delivering. So far, I'm in love with 8.2. The changes are staggering.
Some things still need to be changed. No more 74-minute games, please. But also remember, the game state from the side of Jin Air hasn't really changed. They still say, where's your damage in the late game? And it's still not there. So when it comes to the Void stuff now completed for Grace, 2 items for the Teddy, there still is this kind of push and pull where Jin Air are happy, well, happy's a strong word, but tolerating giving up a lot on the map short of Elder and Baron. And if they can keep their inner turret in mid lane and bot lane up, they're pretty happy with trading farm.
Oh dear, well, Seonghwan, he's not going to be too happy here potentially. No more coming through. Call the Forge God, well, that was awkward. Lindarang couldn't reach it through the wall.
Oh.
But Grand Entrance comes through. Dazzle not going to connect. Goes golden, but he is completely surrounded. That Vladimir is as dead as a doorknob. So soon will be this turret.
Yeah, the inner turret will go down and trade for the outer top lane turret, but still no Baron control from ROX. They're threatening a dive. Most of their tools are down, only Fate's Call and Cataclysm.
For another one, Fate's Call does toss key in there. Cosmic Radiance comes through, helping to keep them alive at the moment, but UmTi wasn't a recipient. He doesn't get the join in the raise. And he's just going to get popped. Now Inhibitor is going to be under fire here. Just 22.5 minutes into this game. Seems like ROX will peel back. They're going to be looking at the Baron instead. But everything is in their control. The ball is in their court.
Yeah, this is definitely the Baron time. UmTi is dead. There should be no real contest. Grace does some damage. Come on, ROX Tigers. We've queried your Baron a couple of times. With this comp, you need it now. Force it down and take it. They're going to.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and rip this one apart. It's going lower. They have the Ren stacks ready to go. And Jin Air can't push in. Baron will get taken down. Realm Warp being thrown out. They're trying to get in there in time. Emperor's Divide comes through as only Lava arrives on his lonesome, and he'll get taken down. So the rest of ROX not really getting the memo in time, and they lose their Ryze for it, so one less buff.
So they updated their OS, they got the Baron. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a bug in the transfer, and Ryze decided to donate himself back, so that will delay the festivities a bit, but ROX were on a timer with a low damage comp to actually make those sort of plays work. They still get the Baron, they still will reap the rewards, can return to the downed inhibitor turret and try to take the mid lane inhibitor in close succession. But Jin Air get another kill. This time it was onto Grace. He still has some fierce damage. The push and pull of this game is now advantage ROX Tigers, a pretty significant advantage, but the game not in the books because of our worries in the late game for ROX.
6-3. About a 6,000 gold lead here as well for the ROX Tigers, and now 4 Baron buffs that they can use to keep knocking down turrets because there's only 5 left on the Rift. 2 minutes and 20 seconds on that Baron buff for them to utilize it. So seems pretty good, unless somebody, decides to make another play very much like Lava did right there.
They should definitely play the map because they can lose a sheer 5v5 as 6,000 gold behind doesn't condemn, say, or the sheer magic pen from Grace going to be doing true damage to not that many members, but a lot of damage to their low health members. I noticed there was a lot of magic resist obviously piled up.
Gotta get jumped on, goes down to about half HP. Blast Cone will help keep him alive, but
double Void Staff, some flat pen on the Kha'Zix, 2 items and a Last Whisper onto Teddy. There's still damage that means that you can certainly mess up a turret dive, so why not play 3 lanes? That's what you would recommend, ROX?
Some update, we have 3 stopwatches and Azonius in the game, so
oh good.
Don't get terribly excited if we see a fight break out, but for now, ROX going to be looking to knock down this inhibitor.
It's not the
Sangyoon.
Alamo for Jin Air, but they want to obviously keep it up as long as possible.
Bit of damage there from that Azir as SoHwan's looking to pinch in from the back, but the inhibitor will be taken and ROX will make their exit.
Yeah, that's not what they want to fight around. Jin Air going to have more attempt at defending an inner bot lane turret than they will with the inhibitors. They're going to turn on Sangyoon.
Yeah, nice flash away from the Emperor's Divide, but probably shouldn't have put himself into that position in the first place as Grace tries to fire back a little bit of damage there onto Seonghwan, but you can see ROX still feeling confident. They're still sticking around down here.
And just seeing moments like that from Grace is heartening for him as a player because you need that killer instinct to punish mistakes, even from behind, willing to play make. That makes me think there's a lot to develop here with that talent. So again, it's a small thing, but I think that was really good by Grace to at least put some doubt into ROX's mind. Now Sangyoon can't walk up for those autos. The threat of a flash ultimate from the Azir.
This is a little bit of a newer champ for him as well. Grace, I believe we've only seen this 3 times from him. Now as the engage comes through, they're just going to lock him down. We're singing him some praises, but he immediately gets popped, and Wraith will be falling as well. A double kill moves over to Sangyoon now. Lava poking his way through, has a minion wave moved up in the top lane as they finish off this turret down bot. And ROX are just going to continue rolling over the base. So sorry, Grace. We tried, but we cast her curse.
He got Rakan. Really nice stuff from Key. Going to break the base in a second spot. ROX Tigers so close to ending this game.
That they are in a very swift fashion, faster than even game 1. If they can finish this one off, second inhibitor going down. Lava still sticking around, drawing a lot of attention from Jin Air up to that top side. And even then, he is still very heavily outrunning SoHwan, who's going to get jumped on. Fate's Call comes through into the grand entrance. They pop him up, and SoHwan just falls. Doesn't even get a chance to use the flash. UmTi as well, trying to kite his way back up. Will get locked down. Flash Rune Prison there from Lava to basically finish him off. And the Flash Dragon Strike from Seonghwan will claim his life. 2 members dead, 30+ seconds on the clock. ROX Tigers will break this 3rd and final inhibitor and maybe just go for the finish.
3rd game in a row that ROX Tigers have been in control. If you think about it, Achilles should have won game 1 after their 2 Barons, but out-team fought by Jin Air in the end. Looking for the close here, pre-30 minutes.
Lava still low. Emperor's Divide comes in, catches 2 of them, and that's going to be Sangyoon going down. A nice start, and maybe Jin Air could do it all over again. Lava will fall, but not before he can trade back in onto Grace. Key dashing around will get taken down by Teddy, who barely stays alive. Lindarang trying to get the kill, but he just can't make it happen. Teddy trying to kite him out, gets popped up. The Dazzle not going to connect, and Teddy gets a quadra kill.
Teddy turns it around. Is it too late? Your first thought is yes, but with 3 inhibitors down, it's a Jin Air game. They're going to have another defense.
Oh boy, here we go. Strap in, lads. We're in this one for the long haul, perhaps. Jin Air, stay alive. Seems like one of the few things that can actually get back is going to be that Ocean Drake. Well, let's go ahead and take another look at this. Set up by Grace with a scoop.
Yeah, really nice scoop here, of course. It's in terrain where ROX ups into it. They're trying to end the game. The AD carry dies, and you think, okay, can Jin Air do this? We already said our queries about the damage. They only have Ryze as a damager. He gets low, but remember that Taric is the melee and Soraka. Heal, shield, heal, shield. Dazzle into another heal. Because the passive is being applied by Wraith, they can never take down Teddy. And he picks up a buttload of gold from all of this.
Absolutely monstrous. Teddy, the receiver of the kills, but much praise over to Grace as well for setting up the play with the Emperor's Divide.
And
but
Wraith
now,
pressed his buttons a lot.
1, 2, 1, 2, just like that.
What you gotta do? Thread
Hold
in
on
those
tight.
spells. You're basically Ryze, but with support.
Oh dear, that whole fight from Jin Air was basically just kite the hell out of them. They're not out of the woods yet. They
To
got
be fair, Teddy was not really kiting. He was just like being a siege turret there at the end. And now he's got items. He's got 4. He picks up a Cheeky Lord Dominic's Regard and the Hurricane. He knows that it's all about base defense right now.
They're still with their backs against the wall. Still down by over 7,000 gold, and ROX Tigers have the super creeps pushing in on all 3 sides.
They
Call
can't
for
allow
shot
themselves to be zoned.
Coming through, gets a massive pop-up, Emperor's Divide comes through, but the Nexus turret has already gone down, and the second one is looking to follow shortly. Redemption comes through, trying to get a bit of damage in the Azir, chunking out Seonghwan. He goes low, has to retreat, but SoHwan will get popped as Sangyoon finds the kill. Everybody with all too similar names. ROX going to go ahead and retreat as Jin Air yet again will continue to try to clear out these massive waves of super creeps, but ROX have Baron in their sights.
And Teddy is only 1,100 creep kills away from the record, Achilleos. Only 1,100 to go. Who knows? There's 3 minion waves
It
pushing
could
in.
happen.
ROX will get a free Baron. Of course they do.
Oh God!
The moment that we saw the start there, where he was able to actually build up his Rage Blade on the minions they came in, you thought with the extra 10% damage, he could kill everyone. Wasn't able to do it, but he still has a lot of gold, finally catching up to Sangyoon by being 9 turrets behind. That's right, 9. That's a lot of turrets.
It's a lot of turrets. It's okay because Teddy is becoming the fountain laser, which
He
is
is
better
indeed.
than any turret.
Remember, that includes bonus turrets.
Yes.
They run out of turrets, but Azir can put one up once in a while.
He's trying, man.
Doesn't have 6 items yet, only working towards the Blade of the Ruin King.
There you go.
An extra turret.
Ah, yes. The passive rocks on it, too. So unnecessary, but inhibitor comes back up. It's going to go straight back down here. ROX can just systematically shuffle around the base.
Issue
He's
here,
off again.
UmTi so useless at this point in the game. The
Really
Vladimir
is.
doesn't have a maximum amount of damage build, has a Banshee Veil just to allow himself to get into the backline. Only Teddy has any real threat. It's a Baron Nexus. We saw one of these yesterday and the game did end. So let's see if it can happen. Use everything on Teddy, that's the way.
God coming through yet again to get the pop-up. Cosmic Radiance does come down. Emperor's Divide trying to shove them away, but they're just piling in, looking for the Nexus. It's down to half HP. Sangyoon on the back trying to finish it up, but it's not going to happen. They can take it out. A couple more hits. ROX, can they get it? Yes, they can. No miraculous holdout there by Jin Air. ROX will be able to close this one out in the end, but good God, another hard-fought loss by the Jin Air GreenWings, nearly held out.
And I mentioned ROX Tigers came in 60-40 in my eyes, only just got over the line. But if you think back for 3 games, they were really in a great position to take it down. So I really do congratulate the ROX Tigers, the better team over 3 games, even though I'm sure Jin Air won a lot of hearts with some great moments over the 3 games. Big high fives there by the ROX coach. He knows that this team is still in with an outside chance of threatening the top 5. They moved to another match win here. I believe it's 5, could be 4 or 5, but regardless, it's important for them. That's their last match for this break. They will go into the break now. ROX Tigers having played twice already, and Jin Air look a bit shell-shocked. A week later, they come in with ROX Tigers building up in that week off that Jin Air have had. They looked better over the course than the Jin Air GreenWings.
Yeah. You can see some frustration there, especially some pain on Grace's face, sitting in the center. Teddy doing his damnedest, but it just wasn't enough here in game number 3. And I mean, he was able to hit this point where it looked like he could swing this back into their favor after going for the flank Varus TP play.
Yeah, the early game, not great for the Varus, and
Very
picking
rough.
up a quadra kill is always a great moment. However, it was with the Baron Nexus. Of course, it was when they were trying to close the game. So it ends up just being a personal accomplishment rather than something that will change the game. Game timer a lot shorter than you might have expected as it's closed out. by the ROX Tigers, they'll feel good about the fact that they, in recent memory, came close to contesting KT Rolster, beat KSV, and now beat the Jin Air GreenWings. The season that no one saw coming from the ROX Tigers is getting sweeter and sweeter.
ROX trying to slowly climb up the ranks. Believe that's going to move them to a -2 score line here. It's about tied with Jin Air, but with one more match played. But a bit of a feel-good moment there. Everybody in the booth, Kha'Zix as well, coming in to congratulate them as they took down his former team of the Jin Air GreenWings. Because they all look like a high school gang or
they
something
do.
like that.
Not very intimidating high school gang either.
Kind of like the tunnel snakes from Fallout.
I'm pretty sure if we put the castles together,
called.
we'd beat up that high school gang, but they beat up the side of Jin Air GreenWings.
It was a bloody battle. It was some back and forth, some scrapping in the schoolyard. They met out by the flagpole at 8 p.m. and 3 hours later, ROX Tigers are the ones walking away.
There'd definitely be stories written about the triple teleport bot lane and the other hijinks that happened over the course. It was kind of the Goonies reenacted this series. The victory goes to ROX Tigers. A lot of damage in vain this time from Grace in the mid lane. Had a couple of nice moments, got caught. Still a developing talent that I'm a fan of. So much reliance on the Vladimir that over the course of it wasn't able to be the influencing factor more often than not. MVP for this game. It's a bit of a head scratcher. I really don't know who the voters will go as a consensus. I said Key. He had some nice engages, and Key is your winner.
All right, Key will be the one walking away with it here. Only a second win. 0-3-10 with a 77% kill participation. Very nicely done there on the Rakan. Some of those crucial picks came through because of his grand entrances.
It was a really good performance by him. Rakan, Kalista Rakan coming more and more into the meta. The Xayah Rakan, not as common today because it's hard to put it together.
An immediate lockdown there onto Teddy.
Yes, on the triple teleport bot lane. Most insane thing we've seen in a while. We're still waiting for the Quadra. I'm sure it'll come eventually. There's some nice instant picks that allowed this game to snowball faster than you might have imagined. There was a position around 24 minutes when we said, they can still delay, they can still delay. He went a long way to cementing the fact that no, there was no time to delay. The game would end at a reasonable hour. We'll get to Wing Night. ROX Tigers will get to celebrate and go into the break as well. Congratulations to them. And Jin Air still have to play again this week after being a bit heartbroken at how close they came to taking out ROX Tigers.
Well, some improvements still to be done there by Jin Air, but they can go ahead and especially over the break, look back at this, study it, and see where things went wrong. UmTi especially might maybe taking this one a little heavy on himself, as the last two games weren't the greatest performance from him after that good start on the Camille in game number 1. But ROX Tigers, it's time to celebrate for these guys. They walk away with the victory. They climb the standings ever so slightly here today. And now we get to hear from our MVP. So Joel, take it away with the final interview of the night.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Joel with your last interview translation of the day. We're here with ROX Tigers after a back and forth action. Still pull out a win against Jin Air GreenWings. 2-1 victory for these guys. We're here with today's MVPs, Lava and Key for an interview. Got a 2-win consecutive streak. How do you feel about that right now? You know, just a win is another win for us, and today's win feels great too. A light question is that, you know, you guys are getting ready for the holidays that will come up in a week. We really didn't have a single day to rest. You know, whenever we weren't on game day, we had to practice, and it was a back and forth action where we had to always spend our time with League of Legends. Yeah, I think I was lacking some sleep along with Key here, and so, you know, we definitely would like some more time to get some nice sleep.
I agree.
Is this your last match before the holidays? I think from this very moment on is going to be the start of our holidays. That feels great. Of course, that means that today's win definitely felt a lot more meaningful, and was a very close match between the series, and there's been a lot of disappointing spectacles that did delay the game a little bit further. But what was the discussion between you guys and the coaching staff? We knew that our macro game was going okay, and we knew that we kind of know what we were trying to head towards. But it was the key plays that we really needed from individual players that had to get the execution on. And you guys are really boasting about your macro abilities of the ROX Tigers. Do you feel like that is part of your strength of the team?
저희가 운영을 예, 뭐라고 생각하세요, 이유가?
You can say it.
그냥 많이 노력하고 연습해서
We do make a lot of effort and practice into trying to experiment with different things, so we do have a good idea of what we should do on the macro level. And the second set, Zoe was definitely a confidence for you guys.
스크림 성적은 되게 좋았는데
It was a good scrim champion, but against KSV when we attempted it,
KT 때 좀 조이가 잘 안
and it wasn't against KT, it didn't go so well.
좋은 것 같아서 계속
So I felt like, it was still a viable champion to go with, so when it was open, I took it. Did you feel like, you're getting the Zoe? Zoe got you the good win on that one. Of course, with the key, was important of how the initiate went forward to get a very good win on that one. I mean, there were so many instances where kind of my initiates were kind of the key factor, so did you ever feel like that your initiates were kind of the important parts to winning out the fight? It just feels like, whenever I lose out on one opportunity to initiate, that just really makes the game further away from us to get the victory. So it really felt important for that every opportunity that I got. We have a highlight that we want to show regarding this series. It was near the end of the game. We felt like the Invincible coming in from the Taric was very important here. Yeah, I think all of us really went in that team fight trusting the target itself. Coming in on set 3, we saw that you guys were more aggressive with the initiation, putting a hard aggressive initiations as well, more so than the previous game. We tried this exact composition during scrims. And I felt like, I didn't feel that confident on Rakan today in particular, but they still wanted me to play and thought this composition would work out, so they were glad that it worked out in the end. We felt like, ROX Tigers could have taken a step back at certain instances, but you guys still went forward kind of unexpectedly for us watching the game. Did you ever feel like you had a little bit more extra aggressiveness that should have avoided? I was trying to go in because I knew I had the Zhonya's waiting for my teammates, but my teammates weren't there in time, so that didn't allow it to happen. So don't you blame your teammates for not using their flash to get into that circle right there? Oh, my E didn't get there on range, so that's my only excuse on that one. And of course, the entire team concept of ROX Tiger has been a little bit more proven today, and seems like Sangyoon is going to be favoring that Kalista pick. Does he not have anything to add on to that opinion? We do still say that the ADC is the kind of the hyper carry of the meta at the moment, and especially when you get to the late game. He doesn't want to play those hyper carry, but sometimes he just prompted to because of how the meta is shaped up right now. But getting the good result out of it means the most important thing at the end. And it allows me to make initiates a little bit more confident because I know Sangyoon's going to be there putting out the damage from the back. And it felt like it could have definitely went the other way where your opponents got the quadra kill near the end. That could have really shifted the favor against you guys. And what was kind of the communication when that did happen?
저랑 성환이 형이 있나?
일단은 그 상황이 좀 할 수 라이즈 궁을 타고 가서
It was when we were taking the Ryze ultimate to get to that next location.
그래서 일단 리스크가 없는 오른궁을 한번 켜봤는데
And we tried to open up an Ornn ultimate where it really didn't mean much, just kind of a scapegoat in itself.
얘기라기보다는 다 같이 그냥 지금 점사면 된다.
네, 여러 가지가 있는데 일단 리스크 없는 그냥 오른궁
There was multiple aspects to it, but putting out the Ornn ultimate kind of distracted them a little bit, allowed us to get going for the real plan on that one.
뭐 요즘 안 그래도 좀 활짝 웃고 다니시는 경우가 많긴 하지만
And it
라바
seems
선수는
like
특히 막 애정을 이렇게
Right now, Lava, you're
장면도
just
있었는데
out of the game. You seem very enthusiastic for a lot of these things.
잘했다고 수고했다고 그러시.
You know, I'm just really happy because all my teammates and the coaching staff, everybody related to this game,
고기는 당연히
just
먹으러
tells me that I did a good job and we're going to eat some nice dinner afterwards, and that also adds to the happiness of winning this game.
들어오면서도 약간 웃으면서 들어오셨거든요.
And they did come in with a little more happiness, with a little more smiles. So perhaps that meant a little more than just a win.
우리가 운영적으로 더 잘할 수 있으니까 실수만 하지 말고.
Even through the losses, he told us that through with a smile that we can still win the game through a better macro play.
성향에 대해서도 한마디만 좀 여쭤보면 요즘에 그냥 좀 겉으로 보기에도 너무 자신감도 넘치고
And right now, the ROX Tiger that we're seeing right now is a little bit different, with more confidence than what we've seen before.
대회 때좀 호불을 잘 내는
Especially with Seonghwan, it's really insane of how much he has grown over the recent times.
그래서 그런 것도 좋고 일단은
But it's really good that he is boasting his confidence, and we really need that out of our teammates.
아 니네 잘하니까 이제 우리가 이제 받아주겠다.
But it's a situation where we kind of acknowledge our talents of each other's in regarding the teammates, and that gives us more of a trust to be more confident in each other. You did get a 2 consecutive win streak now with the ROX Tigers. Would you like to say anything to the fans who have been cheering you on?
더 열심히 해서 좋은 성적 내서 꼭
We're gonna be working harder to get better results, so we just continue to ask for your support.
키 선수도 이제 새
Key, you have the New Year's coming up. You want to say anything?
2018년 새해가 다가오는데
We're reaching the 2018 New Year. Well, the Lunar New Year, of course, but
다들 가족들과
I hope you guys have a great time with your family
좋은 시간
and with your close friends as well. So hope you guys have a great time with that.
네, 오늘 승리를 오늘 경기를
And that was ROX Tigers picking out a 2-1 victory against Jin Air GreenWings. Sad plane to be announced here, but we're gonna head back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Joel. Said plain indeed, Jin Air unable to pick up that win. We'll go ahead and take a look at the results. Very nicely done there by ROX Tigers. The Zoe from Lava, pretty great. And then the Rakan there sealing the deal, allowing ROX Tigers to pick up a pretty concise win there in game number 3.
And we should celebrate them getting better at sealing the deal because they've been good in swaths but not actually been able to close games. They move up to 4-4. They were on a bad patch there and now find themselves in match score. The only team at 4 wins, 4 losses. Very comfortable spot. Much better than anyone could have expected. I had them bottom 2 with Kongdu Monster. And they have outperformed that. And our next match day will be in 2 days. Atlas and I will bring you Jin Air versus Kingzone Dragon X. Doesn't get any easier for Jin Air. Oh boy.
No, it does not.
But then
It's,
BBQ versus MVP. That's an interesting one because BBQ a bit down on form recently. MVP looking good in spite of losing today. They had some good moments. So that could actually be a very competitive last game before the Lunar New Year for OGN.
Yeah, so not much resting there for Jin Air GreenWings and MVP. Have to go through on Saturday. Then they get their holiday break to prep for the matches coming up after the Lunar New Year.
And well,
so a lot of preparation to be done to go up against Kingzone Dragon X. That's going to be a rough one.
We don't show the SPO TV match days, but there will indeed be matches on Sunday as well. So 2 more match days, guys. 8 more best of 3s, 4 more best of 3s, and then we will ready to go to the breaks. So fun days matches, but still more to come.
Well, that's quite true. That's it for me on the week here. Papa Smith will be back with Atlas on Saturday, and I'll see you guys after the Lunar New Year. So it's going to be a long one. I'll miss you all. Hope you miss me too. But you can always reach out on Twitter and Twitch and whatnot. We'll chat. We'll get together. We'll see each other. We'll make a date of it. They're still talking.
I know.
It's really
Keep going,
awkward, but
Achilles.
that's going to be it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here next time for more LCK action.
Trust that you're able, and you just